You're now tuned in to the Lady Charmaine Live Show, and I'm your host, Lady Charmaine. And as always, I have another great interview for you today. Now, when you think of songs like Real Love, Start of a Romance, or Call Me, this group just might come to mind. And I tell you who it is coming up right after this. My guests today are three sisters who hit the scene with a unique style and sound all their own. They had 8 top 20 singles and 3 #1 hits. And they're here today to talk about their TV One Unsung episode. But I want you to also welcome a gentleman that was very instrumental in their career. And here we are. We'll help me welcome to the show Bonnie, Denise, and Solomon Reed, better known as Sky. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Well,
Hello, everybody.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you so much for coming on the show at this particular time of the day, because I know for all of us, we can definitely be pretty tired. But thank you guys so much. And so we're just going to go right into the interview.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're going to go right into the interview, and I'm going to start off with Bonnie. Now, Bonnie, I want you to tell me, were you surprised when you got the call to do Unsung? Because a lot of people are, because they don't feel that they're unsung. So I wanted to know, what was your reaction when you got the call?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I was so shocked. It's something that we had been waiting for a long time. And from watching the different Unsungs, I often said to myself, we would love to tell our story as well. So when we got the call, I think I probably dropped my phone. And so I was very, very excited. I didn't have to get a new one, but I was very excited to be honored to appear on Unsung. It's something that I think is a privilege for most groups. Mm-hmm. And we're still excited.
Good. Well, okay, I have my next question is going to be for you, Denise. What was your reaction now? Or did you just know you were going to get the call one day? Were you just as surprised as Bonnie?
Oh, absolutely. I think that, when you've performed as long as we have, as you know, we're originally members of Sky and now Ladies of Sky, trying to continue, the saga of our music and the legacy of our music. It is so wonderful to be recognized for the work that you've done. And since our music is still popular today as it was back in the 1980s mm-hmm. and 90s, I was very, very happy to be privileged to have been chosen to be on Unsung. Unsung is an amazing brand, and they do tell the story of all of these groups. I love watching the show. So, and I also loved watching our episodes.
Right.
It was like we get the popcorn, you know what I mean, and hear your own life story. It's amazing.
Now, I know we have Solomon on the line, who I'm going to ask a question to in just a moment, but I'm going to go back to you, Bonnie. Why did you guys now go just from Sky to now just the Ladies of Sky?
We're very fortunate to be able to sing with Sky. Thankfully, to Solomon Roberts. It was a great bunch of guys. We had a great career at Sky, and he was so graciously let us continue the music as Ladies of Sky. And so I think by us still performing Sky's music as Ladies of Sky, we have brought back that music. We bring honor to that music, and thankfully, we are supported by so many genres of people, and so being Ladies of Sky is just a pure honor of not taking anything away from the group Sky. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be Ladies of Sky.
So, Solomon, this question is for you. How did the name Sky come about, and not just the name, but the group?
Wow. We get that question quite a bit. And to this day, I can't give a definitive answer other than I did recall, and ladies, you can kick in if I go astray, that we were brainstorming for the name, and someone, I don't know who it was, could have been me, could have been somebody else, mentioned the word sky, and then everyone's kind of lit up and said, yeah, that was it. And then I said, well, let's throw an extra Y on it, because sky was ever changing. There was no limitations. It sort of encompassed everything that we kind of felt about our music and what we wanted people to know about us. And that's kind of a short version of how we became Sky. And then our drummer, Tommy McConnell, decided to add a sort of a backstory to that, about coming from a foreign planet called Yenzelia. Okay. And then coming to Earth, spreading peace and love and music. So that's where the Sky Saga sort of evolved.
Okay, so now you got the group Sky, and then you guys had some futuristic costumes, and also your sound was even different. So who was behind the costumes, your wardrobe, and also the sound when you guys first came out?
Well, interestingly, so the sound, we owe a great deal of that to Randy Muller and Solomon under their production company, Alligator Bit Him Productions. Those guys did most of the writing. Solomon is an amazing ballad writer, came up with the Sky Zoo concept. And Randy is also an amazing writer, writing Call Me and Here's to You and a lot of the other, hits that we have. So the music really was mostly written by them. Tommy McConnell as well, later on came out with Start of a Romance. So all of our hits were written basically by Solomon, Randy, and Tommy. As far as our costumes are concerned, we had a variety of people who designed our clothing when we were still out in outer space. And one of them actually happened to be Randy Muller's wife, Denise Muller. She came up with the initial concept and drawings of a lot of our clothing, and kind of set a tone for our signature style with the braids, because she actually drew braids on one of the models that she, the sketches that she'd done for our outfits, and we went with that. So if you notice on all of our albums, our early albums, my sisters and I were wearing braids, and then we used to put a lot of little decorations and things in it. So, but we were following a trend at the time that, included space concepts, Star Wars, Star Trek, all of those things were really popular in the late 70s. So we kind of tagged on, to that concept.
Now, Denise, your voice was so distinct. So it's like when you hear the song, immediately that's Sky, because your voice was so distinct. And since Solomon, you were very instrumental in the song Call Me, which actually sold 500 million copies. The song went gold, and it was such a bold way and a new way for women to really interact with men. When you say, call me, here's my number and a dime, call me anytime. Call me. Hey, well, this is my favorite part. Satisfaction guaranteed. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all.
Go, Lady Charmaine.
Lady Charmaine. She sounds great.
And I'm going to be honest with you guys. On my actual talk show, my TV talk show, I actually did a segment on y'all song, Call Me. And we broke it down. It was ladies sitting at the table.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
So were you discussing the concept of the song or just the song in general?
The concept of the song, call me anytime. Here's my number and a dime. Call me anytime. Because, back then, women weren't as bold as to approach a man, and in satisfaction guaranteed if you need someone to talk to. A lot of women really wasn't doing that at that particular time. So this song, I believe, gave a lot of women boldness to be able to approach a man that they were probably attracted to, and say, hey, and take that initiative instead of waiting for him to approach them. So this song kind of like changed, I believe, the way women interacted. Go ahead.
No, I agree with you. Randy kind of, that came out of the mind of Randy Muller. And I think it was meant to be a little more tongue in cheek because even when you look at the video, we tried to make it like sort of not such a serious concept. We tried to kind of comicalize it a bit,
Right.
if that's a word. But yes, we got a lot of comments from people, mostly positive. We didn't get a whole lot of negative remarks from women in particular, because after all, you're talking about taking your girlfriend's boyfriend. After, of course, things aren't working out. Unlike a lot of stuff you see on television today, where what I'm saying, people think they're living a happy life, and then in swoops the side chick or the best friend. She at least waited until there was an issue before she stepped in.
See, and that's going on today in 2020.
Yes, it surely is. It surely is. It is the subject of many a television show, for sure.
About what Denise was saying, people did sometimes look at that song as, oh my goodness, she's trying to take her friend's boyfriend, but that's not what it was really all about. And it happened to be our number one hit. So I think people not only enjoyed the lyrics, but they also enjoyed the music. And on top of enjoying both of them, they enjoyed the performance of Call Me as well.
I'm just going to interject. As being the object of the song here, there was an issue with the relationship, and it had sort of run its course. And the Call Me girl was just nice enough to give me the number.
Oh, really?
And supply me with the money. Later on, she upgraded it to a quarter, so I could make that call.
Spoken by a true man, right? Okay. Since there was an issue, so is that okay because it's an issue for the woman to push up on you? Is that all right?
I think she was the hero of the story. The hero.
Solomon, we got to take this conversation offline. We need to talk. Okay. Here's one of my next questions for you guys, because I love the song "Start of a Romance," and again, back to Denise, your voice is definitely so distinct, and this is one of my favorite parts. So sweet, so fine. I want to make mine. I can't do it like you, but
I think she's auditioning for your spot, Denise.
I'm coming for you.
Auditioning going on here.
But the song "Start of a Romance," of course, it was on the charts for 19 weeks. You guys made a major comeback with this particular song. Tell me, what was it about this song that resonated with so many people that gave you guys such a great comeback?
The sound of the record. It sort of hit you I would say the Neil, but at that time, as soon as the first note, it was a strong street sound that everybody had sort of known Sky to have, and Denise's voice was as you repeated, so sweet and so fine that everybody just sort of jumped up and started dancing to it, and it brought us back to where we were.
See, the reason why I love y'all songs, your songs are like the soundtrack of my young life and teenage years. So that's why the songs so much resonate with me. Plus, I play your songs on my show. So that's why they resonate with me so much. And especially like Real Love. And this is my favorite part. See, I love singing y'all songs. So don't mess with me, okay? Audience, don't talk about me. Don't email me either. Oh, don't be afraid of the way you feel. That sound, I mean, literally. The only reason why, because I love the song. So don't mess with me, y'all. Don't laugh at me. I know people going to laugh at me when they watch this show, but it's okay.
We're not.
But when you hear
we wrote that song just for you, Charmaine.
You did. Oh, see, you make me blush over here. But it's Real Love. That song was so sweet. It was so tender. Don't be afraid of the way you feel, trying to tell a man. It's real love. So let's go into that. Okay, Bonnie, I want you to talk to me about that song.
Okay. Well, you said it right. It's a song about, so many people have been in a situation, whether it be a man or whether it be a woman, who have loved before and have lost and have been hurt by that, and they carry that hurt over into other relationships. And so this song is just, Real Love was just letting you know that just because something happened in one relationship, don't put a wall up and not let someone in to love you. And so Real Love really, from what I understand and speak to a lot of people, they tell me that Real Love was a song that made them trust again. And so I believe that is the reason why Real Love, just like Start of Romance, took us right back out there on the road and took us right up back on the top 10 charts. And so Real Love is a song that even now people speak about, like you, Lady Charmaine.
I'm so sorry for butchering y'all songs on this show, but I want to let you guys know that I'm a real fan. I love your music. And we do a segment on my Hot Topic show called Butchering the Hits and Murdering the Hits, and I just butchered your song. But please forgive me because I love y'all. But I want to remind the audience to make sure that you guys tune in to The Story of Sky, airing this Sunday on TV1, 10/9 Central. And I want to say thank you to my guests on the show, Miss Bonnie, Denise, and also Solomon Reed. Check out their story. It's great. I got a chance to watch it in advance, and you guys are going to love it. It's going to take you all the way back down memory lane. And thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. And again, you're watching the Lady Charmaine live show. And thank you to my very special guest. And you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.